Hello and welcome to my video, lesson 6.2, where we're looking at multiplying and dividing rational expressions. Alright, so the rules are just like any other fraction. That is important to notice here. The rules are just like any other fraction. So let's look at the multiplying rules and then the dividing rules in a second. So here, if you remember probably from, I don't know, grade 9, I think you look into this a little bit, but also before that and maybe since that, I don't know. But you multiply just directly across. So 1 times 3 is 3, 3 times 2 is 6. And then we can simplify. So divide by 3, top and bottom, and we'd get 1 over 2. Okay, you could also notice that there is a little bit of a trick. You can go straight from this step to this step by noticing that if you're multiplying, you can cancel out the top and bottom 3's and just be left with 1 over 2. So it's a little bit of a hint there. Okay, let's take a look at this next one. This is with a polynomial. So if you think you can try this, go ahead and try it. If not, take a look at what I'm going to do. So first thing we're going to do is notice that there are some x's top and bottom. We could cancel and y's top and bottom, so we could cancel right away. But let's just multiply straight across and see what we get. So 4 times 3x cubed, and then y squared times y fourth. So we just add the exponents, so it's y to the 6. On the bottom we have 8 times 2, and then we have x to the 4th. So there's 1 plus 3 is 4. And then y squared. Okay, and then we have to simplify, and we can get 4 on the bottom, 3 on the top for our numbers if we simplify, dividing by 4 top and bottom. And then for x's, we're going to end up with 1x on the bottom, and for y's, we're going to end up with 4 y's on top. So this is subtracting the exponents. So 6 minus 2 equals 4. 4 minus 3 is 1, so there's 1 on the bottom. Yeah, we could potentially write it slightly differently if we wanted to. So the other possibility is writing 3/4 y to the 4 x to the 1, negative 1, but yeah, probably just stick with this. All right. Taking a look at this next one, this is dividing fractions and then therefore dividing rational expressions. So if anyone might remember, multiplying and dividing are actually very, very similar with fractions. All you have to do is flip and multiply. That's the rule. Flip and multiply. So what this is going to be turning into is 9 over 15 times by 5 over 2. So notice that this got flipped to that. Right? So we took the reciprocal of the second one of the divisor, and that reciprocal or flipped version now lets us just straight up multiply. And you could use similar rules to before in order to simplify right away, or you can just put them together, and then notice you can simplify after. So it would be 3 over 2, I think, should be the simplified version. Yeah, 3 over 2. Okay. And last but not least, this is a true rational expression where we're dividing. So if you take a look here, we're going to use all of our different skills. The only thing to keep in mind is that when we are multiplying, we can worry about our NPVs right here at the bottom, and that's it. When we're dividing, we have to worry about NPVs in all 4 spots. So if I would have been a little bit more on top of it for this first one, our NPVs are x cannot equal 0, y cannot equal 0 because the denominators can't be 0. But down here, we don't know the NPVs quite yet. It's a little bit more than that. Yes, x cannot equal 0. okay, because of these two spots. Okay, but what about up here? X also cannot equal something else. So let's try to factor this out. So factor first, and then we can see if after that we can, if we have some NPVs. So your first step is always to factor. Your second step is always NPVs. And finally, your third step is simplify. All right, so first step, factor. So what we're going to do is take our first polynomial here, and we're going to factor it out into x minus 3, x plus 2 over 2x. Then we're going to still, let's just keep the dividing as is. And so 4x to the 3. And then we'll have, this is a difference of squares, so x plus 3, x minus 3. Okay, and so now at this point, we can check our NPVs. We know 2 of them, but we can also check this guy here is our other NPV, which is minus 3, comma 3. Okay, so now we have all of our NPVs. Now we're going to simplify. Okay, so let's flip our second fraction around a little bit. Okay, and by doing that, we're going to get that on top, and we're going to get these bracketed parts on the bottom. Notice we just flipped it. Okay, now at this point, we can notice also that we can cancel these two terms. They're exactly the same. And we can divide top and bottom by 2x, which gets rid of this and lets us simplify finally to 2x squared, x plus 2, over x plus 3. And that's how we can leave it. Unless you really feel like you want to multiply this back in, but you certainly don't have to. So we're going to leave it exactly right there. All right, I hope this video helps you understand multiplying and dividing rational expressions a little bit better, and the NPVs and simplifying process. Good luck.